This is a training video for the Duplo DC1060 Collator tower. And in this video, this will be our video number 4 being done by LCE Graphics. We're going to go to your further in for your options for being able to do test mode. Now, you would go into options and hit the next button and continually hitting the next button until you cannot go no further. See, there's no more next. You would come up to this blank tab here and push it. Now, this is your motor speed, what it's running at. This is turning it on or off, and this here is for adjustments. Now, we recommend that you do not touch these two options here unless you're a trained professional, in which case you would not be watching this movie. You would already know what to do. Okay, number 2 would be your suction fans and your separator fans. Your separator fans, say you're having an issue, you don't think it's blowing properly, you can actually push bin number 4 and actually stick your hand in bin number 4 and actually feel the air blowing. That would allow you to that would let you know whether that's the issue or not. And if it's not that, you would turn it off. You can also hear the fan blowing. You could go to the suction and turn on that fan. Now, by doing that, you can actually hear it running. Stick your hand in it, you feel some of the suction. It's not going to be fully sucking yet because there's a solenoid in the back that brings up a pattern to bring the sheet up to it. Now, you would go to bin 3 here, or tab 3, and you would go over here to where it says solenoids. You go to number 4, push it on, and it actually changes the sound. When you lift up this paper to it, it actually sucks it and holds it. And the second you turn off that solenoid, which I will do right now, it'll drop that paper. And by doing that, you can actually test whether it's your suction, which we'll go back and turn off, or go back to tab 3, or check to see if it may be that the paper's not, the solenoid's not lifting up and getting being able to suck the paper up to the manifold. Another thing you can do is go over here where it says clutches. Now you turn on bin 4, and you should hear it click anyways. It should click and make a not a loud clicking noise, but a little click. You come down here to the jog button and you push this, you go to bin 4, and you can actually see your conveyor belts moving. I know it'd be hard for you to see, but if you look very closely, you'll be able to see that the conveyor belts are moving. I let off the jog and it stops moving. Push the jog. By doing this, you eliminate the problems that it could be. It narrows it down to where it could be at. If those belts were not moving, then it could be a bad clutch, or oil in the clutch. Could be something with the clutch and those issues. But it would narrow down your search on where your problems could be at. Now I'm going to turn the clutch back off. You go to here, tab number 4. Now these are your doubles detects. Where it says brightness here, you can actually make it brighter to be able to read darker colors, or you can bring it down lower. We usually keep the settings on 4. 4 seems to work pretty good for the majority of paper out there that people use. But of course, you have a darker color, you're going to want to set it up higher. And a lighter color, you're going to want to set it down real low. But either way, you can tune it in to be able to read certain papers that you couldn't do before. Now this is bin 1 and the data from bin 1. This is what the light's sending through, 106. It compares to 102 is what it's reading. This one here is 107. This is bin 2. That's what the comparative data is, 102. Go to bin 5, and got bin or go to tab 5, and then you would have bin 3 and 4. You do the same there. 6, when you push bin 6 or tab 6, it brings all the tabs down there on top. Now 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the tabs up top. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are down low. Now for this here, you would push, you could do the same there. This would be bin 5 and 6. Go to tab 7, 7 and 8, tab 8, 9 and 10. Now tab 9 is actually for raising or lowering your bins. Go to tab 10 and push the green button to turn off the beeping noise. You actually have your ROM version there. That should be your chip number right here. It's a little hard to read, but you would change this here. There's your ROM version, and this is what your bins are: 77777. Alright, right below that is your total count. This tower here happens to have an extremely low count. Was barely used. It was used with a little rear exit stacker, has a very low count. So it's 27,241 books have gone through this. Collator sets have gone through this. Now the digital counter cannot be changed. It cannot be taken less off or added more on. It's usually pretty accurate. Now your next thing we're going to go down to is your 25 sheet protection. Should be on. People do turn it off. The 25 sheet protection is there for protecting your towers from too many pages running through and wearing it out too fast. And for your booklet maker. Of course, the thicker the book, the more you're going to beat up your booklet maker, the more you're going to beat up your towers. Alright, now you have BG. BG on or BG off. That is set up for your cables and stuff, the connections between your towers and your booklet maker, and a few other options that are on here. Now you have options. First one says 250, 400, 48 SH. Those are actually booklet makers. Now in this case, you have to go in with the 500. It has a special settings to go to that we'll do in a different video, that you actually able to change it to be able to make a 500 work with this tower. And those special settings, if you change it to that, a 400 won't work with it until you change it back, or 250 or 48 SH. Now the 3000 booklet maker, if you happen to have a 3000, is usually under the 4000 setting, or the 400 setting. So you would actually click onto it. And then over here you have your exit option, which will bring you right back to your main menu, to your original screen. Now this would complete our test video, our training video of the Duplo DC1060 Collator Tower. If you have any questions, feel free to call. This is LCE Graphics. Thank you. Goodbye.